Today on episode 265 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, a new tier ranking, our AFC Preview, and the TCF Top 3 of Lowercase Cursive Letters. Let's roll.
I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs! And peace.
Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 265. Make sure you check us out on X at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give us a follow or a like on all of those. Head on over to our YouTube page and make sure you subscribe there for all of our content in video form. You can get our podcast wherever podcasts you get. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, the Odyssey app now. So make sure you subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, whatever you can, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF, and make sure you follow the man that I'm joined with tonight. That is Zach at Lilia TCF. Zach, almost felt like a fall day today on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think we're I'm going to say it and we're going to be ruined, but I think we're through the summer weather. I think we are almost in the fall weather. It's been beautiful the last few days. We golfed on Saturday. It was, a perfect day for golf. And then today was, you said I mowed the lawn, and you said you saw a lot of people mowing the lawn. It was actually a perfect night for that. It's almost, you can almost see a sweatshirt. I wore sweatpants today. I think it's getting to that point, especially if it's windy.
100%. We took the little guy out to the golf course to actually ride around for real for the first time. And my wife wore, pants and a quarter zip. So long sleeves. It was a perfect night out. Got done at 6:45. We're heading into town and it was 72 degrees. I'm like, you can't ask for anything better than that on a perfect Sunday afternoon.
No, it was perfect. And hopefully it stays this way.
I'm very much with you. I really hope we're not jinxing anything here because last Monday was brutal.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be one of the last times. So I'm hoping that we are in the clear.
I hope so, too. I also hope it's not a precursor to winter, slapping us in the face in October.
Yeah, well, you can't do much about that.
Oh, for sure. Let's jump into things. As always, we've got sinkers and floaters. My sinker this week is Shadur Sanders. No, the other Sanders, Shiloh. Shiloh Sanders is my sinker. Got ejected in their preseason game on Saturday night for fighting and then was promptly released Sunday morning. So tough 24 hours for old Shiloh Sanders.
Do you think that's a good idea when you are maybe going to make the team, maybe not, and then you get thrown out of a game?
He was an undrafted free agent. What are you doing, dude? You got to be on your best behavior.
Yeah, I did not understand that, and it was clear why he got ejected too.
Yeah, it wasn't even up for debate. So I don't get it. I guess you could say this about any undrafted free agent. I guess it's just big name because it's Shiloh. But dude, you're an undrafted free agent. Why are you out here fighting in a preseason game?
Yeah, if you may or may not be joining the team, you still do not want to get thrown out in a preseason game.
Yeah, so stupid. The NFL preseason is just, I didn't watch a second of NFL preseason football this year.
Yeah. We'll get more into it with the Bears, but it's not really for starters.
No, not at all.
But it's so right to watch if you know that you're watching for that reason. But I also don't like the 2-week layoff either.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Because I think the last preseason game was today, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the Bears will have 17 days between games.
Yeah, because the first game is on the September 4th.
Yeah, and they play that Monday night. So
yeah, that's right. Because I was freaking out that we had to get our fantasy draft done by this Thursday because I thought there was a game this Thursday, and then I looked at it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There's a couple weeks off.
And I don't know if maybe they do that because of college football week 1. they want to have its own weekend. Maybe I don't know if the NFL really cares about that, but it is kind of nice to have that open for the whole weekend.
Yeah, I agree. But man, this is going to be a long. At minimum, it's 10 days until the first Thursday night game. But
yeah, at least we're almost there. My sinker also kind of goes with something to do with the NFL, and that's the broadcast. Because just so like, I wish it was kind of like how the Major League Baseball did it. Is you have home broadcast. I do not like that every game is a national broadcast. And I was listening to Thayer and Joniak, which do the Bears game on ESPN 1000.
Mhm.
That's the kind of energy I want to hear from the national or from the broadcast of TV, not just from the radio. It kind of sucks that you have to listen to the radio just to get that.
I completely agree with what you're saying. Here's my only thing is that, like, we are so far technologically advanced. Why is that not an option to get
Why can't you run it over it? I mean, you probably can in a way if you listen to it and you paused it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's way too much work.
Yeah, but I do not like how you listen to a game and it feels like it's just not like it's a game that it's usually on channel 32, which would be Fox, and it's Chicago channel per se, but you're always having, I mean, like Greg Olsen and stuff like that, but you have Greg Olsen doing the game. Who's the guy from the Patriots?
The guy on the Patriots
Was on the Patriots. He's the wide receiver. He's on Part of My Take a Lot. Amendola.
Oh, yeah.
And he sometimes does the game and stuff like that. And I mean, they're really good broadcasts, but you just don't get that home team feel.
Oh, for sure. Like, there's definitely something to be said about, like, even we've talked about it during, like, bowl season and Cub season, like when their games are on national TV. Like, it's okay. We don't hate seeing our teams on ESPN, but, like, at the same time, I'd much rather just listen to my local announcers.
And we won't get into what I think of the Cubs national broadcast per se, but it kind of goes the other way with you want a homer to do it.
Yeah.
But
like I both games are so much better when it's Adam Amin and Stacey King. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the best.
And I'm sorry. The Bulls are not entertaining to watch, so at least give me Stacey King.
I get a feel of it on like game one. Sometimes you'll get like like Adam Amin when he does the Bears game, kind of feels like maybe it's hometown, but he's still the national broadcast. But it'll never happen because of how much money they get to route it.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more there, man. It's definitely something they should be able to play around with, though.
Especially because I think it's going, like, the Red Zone is going to ESPN in the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even that's going to be ruined too.
Yeah, ESPN has a tendency to ruin things they touch. So.
Oh yeah.
My floater this week is weight loss. For those of you that don't know, I started a new job. It was the first full week of it last week, and I have not been able to, like, work out or anything, but I'm averaging like 21,000 steps a day, and I lost 8 pounds last week. So this new weight loss idea I have is working because I'm just constantly up and moving around. So I will take that. It's not probably the smartest way to lose weight, but 8 pounds in a week, I'm not too upset about.
Well, yeah, and nothing against you, Boomy, but you do weigh yourself more than anyone I know in the world.
Oh, I weigh myself every day.
Yeah, every day. I don't think people want to know that.
I think there's more people that do that than you think.
I think you weigh yourself twice a day.
Yeah, I weigh myself. Yeah, you're right. I did leave that out.
Yeah,
I weigh myself in the morning, and then I weigh myself before I go to bed.
That's a lot. I mean, not saying there's anything wrong with it. I mean, you want to know what your weight is, but that is a lot.
You gotta keep your thumb on things, dude. And actually, it's funny that you say that because this week I was so busy. I weighed in Friday after work at like probably 4:30, and then I think I weighed myself Monday morning, and then I didn't weigh myself again until Friday morning, and I had lost 8 pounds since the Friday before.
You were probably going through weight checking withdrawals.
Yeah, that's probably it. I'm not. Trust me. I think I gained it all back this weekend, but that's okay.
Yeah, I used to not really want to look at the scale, and now I don't. I just don't do it because I don't know. I don't.
See, I gotta know. I have
The
to know.
battery is out on my scale, and I've never changed it.
I can lend you one. We own two scales in our house.
I'll just assume
we
I'm
own one
doing
of these
all right.
bathrooms. Yeah, but that's true. That's
Especially with
fair.
what I'm doing and with what you're doing. There's a lot of exercise involved in different ways.
Yep. I think I can't remember if it was Thursday or Friday night, but I finished the night with like 24,000 steps, and every day has been over 20,000 during the week.
Mine, I don't get as many steps as much as it doesn't really. You can't really get this through a watch or whatever, but it's like the lifting of stuff because
Yep.
my sinker should have been. I mean, not a sinker because I have a job because of it, but man, there's a lot of dog food and heavy dog food. I don't know. There is a dog food. I don't mean to step on your floater, but there is
You're
a
fine.
dog
I was
food
done.
for every kind of thing an animal could have. Stuff I didn't even know animals had for certain age animals,
Certain weights.
breeds of animal. It's insane to me.
Dude, and it's crazy that like the way that people look at, like when we had a dog, we just fed her like the pretty much like the most basic stuff you can get, like $18 a bag. And like some of this looks you get from people when you go down the aisle at Walmart and you have like the cheap bag of dog food, it's like, screw you people. Like she's a dog. She likes it. Why would I?
But it's really not
she
even
doesn't care.
It's not the type of dog food. There's like 50-pound bags of dog food. How do you carry that out of stores?
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, not carry it out of stores. I know you put it in the cart, but the cart, I mean, if I was at Walmart today, getting some stuff for like lunches, and they had some of the products that they also have at PetSmart. Like, are you just putting that 50-pound bag on top of what are you doing with that on your cart?
Yeah, you got to go in that bottom rack they got.
Even that, I mean, it's hard, and like you don't want to catch something because they easily rip.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, not to go on a rant about dog foods, but I've seen every dog food that there is. There's probably more. I mean, it's not true, I guess, but almost more dog foods than people foods.
That would be insane if that was the case.
It's not true, but
it feels like it. Go down to dog food aisle, people.
But if we ate something one type of way, which is like it almost is like cereal, is how dog foods eat it. There's 40 different ways that they make it.
I think that number's way too conservative. There's hundreds.
That'd be like
if
everyone in the world ate macaroni and cheese, but there was 35, 40, 50 ways you could make it different ways.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. That is true.
My floater is, well, I guess it's a not floater, really. It's technically a sinker. It's UFC pay-per-views. As of 2026, there will be no more pay-per-views. They're going to Paramount Plus. So I think we're in August, September, October, November, and I don't think that they do a pay-per-view in December. So there's 3 more paid pay-per-views left. And then they'll be going to Paramount Plus, and from that, I don't know. I think it's like $8 a month as of right now for Paramount Plus.
Yeah, 8 or 10.
They're saying there will be no like extra fee for it. So once you get that $8 a month, you're gonna get a pay-per-view per month for that. And a pay-per-view right now probably is $79.99. So whatever that is per year, if you're buying 11 pay-per-views.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost $1,000.
So I think the casual UFC fan is going to be able to watch it more too.
That's what my thought on this is that like this is UFC's opportunity to get into the mainstream, like get into more people's living rooms. Because think about it, back like the big fights, I'm sorry, not fights, like big games. Like it would almost be like having the Super Bowl behind a paywall. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
going back, like the NBA Finals, behind a paywall. It's similar to that. Back when all these sports were making, their growth and expansion in the country was when stuff was broadcast on antenna TV and through the radio. And this is kind of UFC's opportunity to do that for a smaller price. They're going to get a guy like myself, I'm getting Paramount Plus. I will be getting it because I like UFC fights, but we get maybe five a year. I mean,
Yeah, you just
2-3 years ago
for the last pay-per-view, and it was $40 each.
Yeah. So like I'm going to get it because we can watch all these big fights for a much smaller price. And even if me and you, get an account and split it, we're still, we could both get one. It's not going to break the bank. This is UFC's opportunity, to kind of get themselves in a lot more, on a lot more television screens.
ESPN Plus is not cheap either.
No, it's not. And even then, like those are, like you said, you're talking about the ESPN Plus price and then put the $80 on top of that.
Yeah, because I like ESPN Plus for the fact that you can watch random college basketball, or random college football, and stuff like that. But I mean, it's going to make you really think about keeping it if you're only really doing it for the UFC.
100%. 100%. This is a great move for UFC.
I think it was $7.7 billion.
Yeah. Yep.
For
it's crazy.
I guess they didn't have like a length of the contract, but it starts I'm guessing January of 2026. So
we've already talked, for 15 years now, how much it's surpassed boxing. This is going to put it, a mile ahead of boxing.
And people have been watching it in not the correct way for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And I also think that will be good too for people that they don't have to do that kind of stuff. And,
yeah.
I don't mean to be this way, but I mean some of the ESPN pay-per-views have not, like, audio has not been great on it, or the video have not been great on it.
I agree.
And people are worried now, well, what's going to happen with Paramount Plus? Well, ESPN hasn't been perfect either.
Yep, exactly. I think it's a great move business-wise, sport growth expansion-wise. This is a great move. I'm very excited. I would even pay $20 a month for Paramount if it meant getting an $80 pay-per-view every month.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's also usually 2 to 3 fights other than that. So
yeah, exactly. I'm all for it.
Because then they're still going to have I think it's like 6 or 7 big time cards that they always do. Change other than it's just not going to be expensive.
I'm all for it. Good job on the UFC. Let's move into the TCF Sports Minute. We'll start off with the Cubbies, who just finished up a sweep out in Los Angeles of the Angels. Record sitting at 76-55. They've moved themselves 5 games out now, still 6.5 up on the wild card. No, it wasn't pretty at moments out in LA, but listen, a sweep is a sweep. Saturday was a boat race. We got to be pretty happy with how things went.
Yeah, the Angels aren't a horrible team either. I think they're 6 or 7 games below 500 at this point. It's still going all the way out to Los Angeles. They play the Giants, then they have Monday off, and then they play Giants, and then they play the Rockies. So that'll finish up the West Coast for them. They're playing very well, but I don't know how to say this nicely, but before the game, Craig Counsell is starting to annoy me.
Oh, I'm glad you were going to be so nice about it, because I am at this very moment. It is 9:45 on Sunday, April 24th, and Craig Counsell drives me insane. I don't understand his lineup.
is usually good. The way he like
Yes.
controls the game once it starts. But like the last game against the Brewers, they were going to go from Chicago to LA. So I don't know if that's what went into the lineup, but the lineup made no sense. And then even to yesterday, we were talking about it. The lineup kind of made no sense on that Saturday, but they ended up winning. They ended up winning what, like 10-1 or something like that.
Yeah, 12-1, I think was the final.
The way that it is built, it doesn't make any sense. You're not using your best players, it seems like.
The amount of times, and I think Matt Shaw might have had a little wrist from was it yesterday or Friday? I can't remember which day we're talking about now. But Matt Shaw made like 4 incredible plays at third base and then isn't in the lineup the next day.
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
We're not in May. We're not in June. We are in almost September, and we need to win this division. I know we're still 5 games out, but you want to win the division. You don't want to go to the wild card where you got to play in and stuff like that. I don't want that. So
and like the Owen Cassey thing. Owen Cassey is not getting better at baseball by starting every 4th day.
You're not going to play him. Send him back to Iowa and let him play. I think he deserves to play on the major league team.
100%.
But if you're not going to, he doesn't benefit sitting on the bench or pinch hitting once in the middle of a game.
And we talked about this off air. Like Ian Happ is one of our favorite Cubs. He's slowly becoming one of my favorite Cubs in my lifetime. Put Owen Cassey out there. Give him you saw what he did in that game against Milwaukee, and then you go into the next day and he's not in the lineup. Like, what are we doing?
Kyle Tucker. I mean, if they bench Kyle Tucker, then anyone on that roster should be able to at least have a few days off that is probably needed. I mean, you see when he's come back and he's had 7 RBIs in the last 3 games. He had 1, I think, in like 15 games.
Also, I want to bring this part up because you're talking about Tucker. They said that Tucker broke a bone in his hand in June, right? And he refused to go on the injured list. That cannot be a thing. That's malpractice. You can't let a guy dictate if he's going onto the IL. That's ridiculous.
This isn't hockey. I mean, even in hockey, you shouldn't play through injuries like that. But at some point, you got to save the person from themselves. You can't go, you want to be tough. You don't want to sit out. It's a contract year for you. But in a way, what did it do? It didn't help anything.
No. Look at his number. I mean, before this weekend, he hadn't had a very, his numbers were not good at the plate from late June till just these last couple of days. But like, what are we doing here? Why are we letting players dictate when they go on the IL when they have a broken bone?
Yeah, especially when you have a guy like Owen Cassey, is it?
Yeah.
Is it Cassey or Casey?
I thought it was Casey, but
whatever. Where put him on the 10-day IL, bring him up, let him play for a while, and then let that injury heal. Don't let him play. Yeah. You can't play right field through a broken bone.
That's insane. I shouldn't say I've never. I feel like you don't hear of that. You shouldn't ever hear of a player getting to dictate
and throw the ball. One of your hands having a broken bone is not good.
Yep, that one drove me insane. You can't do that.
And then, I mean, no one's really talking much about it, but Suzuki also maybe needs a few days off. I mean, that's why Owen Cassey is there. Put him as the DH for a little bit then. I mean, just figure it out.
Who doesn't need days off? Matt Shaw.
No.
Matt Shaw has been our best hitter since the 4th of July, or one of our best hitters, I guess I should say.
4 games in a row, either in the outfield or at DH. I mean,
dude, something. Give the kid a shot.
We're in a spot where we need to win games. We need the best lineup every day. People were not excited when Joe Madden did this, when every once in a while you'd have that what's going on lineup. We don't need that going into September when you still could win this division.
And I don't know, but I feel like those what's going on lineups have been more and more frequent here lately.
Yeah, the last week or so we've had at least 2.
And if there's something going on, then say it. This is, like you said, this isn't hockey. We don't need to disclose every little thing.
Thursday's lineup looked like what you would think game 2 of a doubleheader would have looked like.
Yep. That's a great way to put it.
It just didn't make
there's
much
a reason
sense.
that it had the result that it did.
Yeah. And then the worst thing was the comments he made after the game of, "Oh, we kind of gave that one away." That should never be a thought after a game.
You kind of gave that one away when you wrote the lineup, Craig.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I just, as much as the Cubs are doing well, that is the one thing that I'm kind of not the happiest about.
We are sitting here in this 7-minute complaint fest about a team that has the second best record in the National League, but that's all right.
Unfortunately, we have the team that has the best record in our division. I mean, that's what sucks about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think either way, Cubs are going to be in the playoffs in some way. Yeah. And Cade Horton playing really well.
Shoves. I love this kid.
Palencia, I think, had his 20th save today.
And so the new intro, Gasolina.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I think it's really starting to come together here for the team. Tyone pitched pretty well today.
Hey, my favorite part of the new entrance, though, for Palencia, sorry to interrupt you, but the new entrance he has his brand new entrance, right? Like the air raid horns, and then, Gasolina comes on, and then he comes out the first night that does it and like walks 2 and loads the bases.
But he got out of it.
The most Daniel Palencia thing I've ever seen.
He did get out of it, right?
Yes, he did. He ended up nailing it down, but good God.
Closers have to be one of the hardest jobs in baseball. You're coming in with a 1-run lead. Sometimes, maybe with somebody on base, if they wanted to try and not use the closer that night, I mean, you're in a very tough position. You're sitting there for 8 innings, and then you have to go out there in the hardest moment of the day.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta be a different breed to be a closer.
Yeah, but I think overall the Cubs are in a good spot, and it's gonna be exciting for them the next few weeks here.
Couldn't agree more. Not a whole lot on the White Sox here, sitting at 47 and 83. At 3-7 in their last 10 kind of hurts, but I mean they're not eliminated, but they do have the second worst record in baseball and easily the worst record in the American League by 13 games.
I know you don't really care too much about it, but you do want. I mean, they still want to get a good draft pick.
Well, the thing is they're not going to catch the Rockies. The Rockies have already been eliminated from playoff contention.
That's crazy. It actually just popped up on my TV. 37 and 94.
And they're still not going to break the White Sox record from last year.
Yeah, that is kind of insane.
So this is also very wild. So the Rockies have 37 wins. The White Sox have 47. The Nationals or the next closest at 53. And then it's 57, then 60. So it's the White Sox and the Rockies at the bottom, but the Rockies are pretty horrible. But the White Sox I hate that we've literally had this same conversation every single episode this whole season outside of like the trade deadline, but like this team has improved. That's really all you can ask.
If you're a fan, you can't be mad.
No. And like, there's a lot, like Colson Montgomery is a dog.
Yeah, they're playing well. The guys that they brought up have been playing well. I mean, I'm
telling you right now, I think Colson Montgomery, if he continues this, he's going to be an all-star. Maybe not next year, but the year after. Colson Montgomery is a really fun player.
The division anyways.
Oh, yeah. They're 30 out as of
what I mean is,
24th.
they have the Detroit is one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah.
And I just think that whatever happens the rest of the season, you can't be mad. You can only be excited about the future.
So let's see. They've got what are they at? 130. So they have like 32 games left. I don't think it's crazy that the White Sox get to 60 wins.
Yeah, I mean
13 out of their 30, their last 32.
I think the rebuild is finally starting to come together.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely in a better spot than it was a year ago. That's for sure. And like we said last week, they're not going to have to hire a new coach. So
yeah, you have a coach that you trust, which is taking a while. And you're in a division that, yes, Detroit is good, but they may not have Skubal. I mean, he's going to be getting paid, and you don't know if he's going to stay there. And the other teams just aren't that great either.
Exactly. I think the White Sox are in a much better spot for the future than they were 12 months ago at this time.
Oh, easily.
Speaking of another bad Chicago team, the Sky, their season's just about done. They are 9-27, tied for the worst record in the WNBA. And as of just a couple days ago, they were eliminated from playoff contention. However, that probably means a first or second overall draft pick, maybe a little Juju Watkins in Chicago.
Just like we were saying with the White Sox, you want a good draft pick, and the thing about the WNBA is it's literally right after the college basketball season is over with, so you pretty much know right away who it's going to be.
Yep, I'm really excited because I can't remember the rule about the WNBA. I think you have to play all 4 years. And I can't remember if Juju Watkins is a sophomore or junior. But if they could somehow land Juju Watkins.
I thought you could leave 1 year early.
I don't think you can leave 1 year early. I think you got to play all 4.
Well, I think she is a senior either way.
Yeah. Either way, I would really like to see her.
She tore ACL.
Yeah. Even I don't care if she doesn't play this year. I don't need to see anymore.
I don't know how much she will play or how if they would count that year if you don't play.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's true.
Let's hope that she gets to be on the Sky, because that would be awesome. That'd be good.
Well, Haley Van Lith, Angel Reese, Cardoza, and Juju, I'm all in for that.
Yeah.
That's a solid team right there. The Bears finish up the preseason 2-0-1 after a win in Kansas City on Friday night. Opener is on September 8th, the first Monday night game of the year at home versus Minnesota. Zach, anything to take out of the preseason? I mean, is there?
No.
I know you beat the Chiefs at the buzzer.
Because Caleb Williams is just going out there and he's going through the motions. He's just trying. You're not going to call any plays you're going to call throughout the season. Really,
are you concerned that the first teamers go out there and get down 15-0 to Kansas City?
No, I mean, you don't want to see that for sure, but I mean, I can't worry about stuff like that. And honestly, I think that maybe it's good for them that it did happen, because everyone was so excited, happy about the Bills game. I think this is just going to fuel Ben Johnson even more to work even harder. I mean, I think he was going to, but he's got to be so annoyed and mad at those first teamers that he's going to. I mean, I would not want to be them on that first day watching video before.
Yeah, practice tomorrow is probably not going to be fun.
No,
I think so too. I was going to come at you because that was pitiful in the first quarter, first half there. But like you said, at the end of the day, it is the preseason, and like you said, everybody's been pretty high on the Bears, and they go 1-0-1 in their first two, and then you kind of come out and you get punched in the mouth, and maybe that's what you need, and especially with a new coach, it's very important to see how he and the team responds between Friday night and Monday night that they have.
What I did like is he kept them in for the whole first half, so we kind of had to play through that adversity.
For sure.
Okay, you're down, but it doesn't really matter, but pretend like it does. And like they said, the only thing you don't get is the atmosphere of like a real game. But at least you got down 17-0. How do you respond? And they came back, they got a field goal and stuff like that. That's all you really want to see. Is they didn't let it phase them, it seemed like, in the moment.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
They actually got a touchdown. I think, Adunze got a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. I do think other big news this week, Tyson Bagent becoming the first Bears quarterback to get an extension since Jay Cutler. But I'll be honest, even as a Packers fan, the video of him at the press conference talking about it was pretty cool, man. They got to respect that from what that kid's been through.
He's playing against the second string, but it's still cool to see him play well. I think he's a very good backup quarterback for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a spot where if Caleb has to go down for a few games and gets hurt, then you are in a decent spot with your backup. And you're not always in that spot as any NFL team. So you don't want that to happen. But I mean, Tyson Bagent has proven himself, especially this preseason, where it seems like Ben Johnson really likes him.
Yeah.
And he got 2 years, $10 million, which is really cool to see. But
oh, trust me, dude. I know. Remember, I had to live through a backup for like 3 or 4 weeks last year, and I was certain Malik Willis was going to be terrible. He turned out to be very serviceable. Won a couple games. Like there is a little bit of peace of mind when you realize that your backup quarterback is not like we have to punt on the whole season now.
We don't care about the Packers, but
the problem is though, in your head. What are you talking about?
I don't want to hear about. I don't really care about Malik Willis. He's not serviceable, but
he went like 3-1 last year. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't like the preseason. I don't get why there's 3 games. There should be maybe 1 or 2, if that.
I'm telling you, dude, that new schedule.
A sport where the Bears have already lost one of their defenders for the season because of the preseason. I just don't like it.
I hate it. I hate the preseason.
Why do we need to practice tackling?
I get it for teams that have new coaches. I completely understand that.
Like 1 game is good enough. Why do we need 3 games?
I actually like that. 1 game should be it.
Yeah, 1 game. You play the starters, maybe 3 quarters. I know that's not good for people who want to make the team, but it's a lot of injuries.
Here's how our brains work. We get a thought on something. Maybe you go 1 6-quarter game, because who cares what the ending is? The starters get the first 2 quarters, the second stringers get the second 2 quarters, and then everybody else gets that last 2 quarters to try and prove that they should be out there. 6 quarters.
A game and a half.
Exactly.
Play 1 full game, and then the next game you get a half, and you'll play all your starters and stuff in that 1 half, and then game's over.
I think NFL, send the check. We'll brainstorm for you guys.
Then you have 2 like warm-ups where you go through the motions of getting ready for the game, but in that second game you only play at half.
I don't hate it. I don't, almost like a dress rehearsal.
But you could also say that's pretty much what they do with the 3 games. It's just usually a lot of like Josh Allen didn't play at all and stuff like that. I was surprised Joe Flacco played.
Yeah. Well, that's a battle in Cleveland for the starting spot.
He was already the starter. I don't know why he would have played. I would not have.
Yeah, I would not have, especially not at 42.
No. He's 42.
That's crazy. I don't know, something like that.
I don't think he's that old. I mean, I don't know. He won the Super Bowl quite a while ago.
Dude, he's got to be in his 40s.
Yeah.
We'll look it up on the break, but
I'm still a Joe Flacco fan.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
He's got a Super Bowl.
You're not wrong.
Super Bowls as your guy Aaron Rodgers.
He is 40 years old. He's got more Super Bowls than pretty much like any Bears quarterback since forever ago. So
that's very true.
Anywho, we will be back either next week or it'll be next week. Or the week after. We'll have our full Bears season preview as well as our overarching preview. We got a little bit of AFC talk later. We did NFC last week, so if you haven't listened to that, make sure you go do it. And our episode today is brought to you by our friends over at Connect Roasters. As always, the best coffee around that you are going to find. I promise you that. They work with Dom Frederick. They work with Ian Happ. We love Ian Happ, 3-time Gold Glove winner. What else can you say? The guy loves great coffee, and the coffee's being made in the Cubs clubhouse. You really can't ask for a whole lot more. So check out their website, connectroasters.com. Find them on X at Connect Roasters, and make sure you check out their storefront in Bourbonnais. So as always, a big shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters. We've got a new tier ranking for the week. We did NFC Logos last week. We are doing AFC Logos this week. We will start in the AFC East. Remember, the system is S for superior than like a typical grading A, B, C, D, F. Let's start, like I said, in the AFC East. We'll go with the Miami Dolphins, Zach.
Let's see. I've got these all looking at them. You know, I think it's an S. I know we're starting out hot,
What?
but I think that is a great logo.
See, I don't know. I think it's kind of lame, to be honest. The old one was better. The jumping dolphin, other than this like gliding one, this is like a B for me.
Still use the dolphin. I think it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I trust me, and like a lot of people say things about like their color scheme and their uniforms. I think Miami has to have some sort of color scheme like this. You can't have Miami being like red, black, and white.
I think it's a cool color scheme. I mean, it's different than a lot of other teams. I mean, some of these teams that reuse the color schemes, I do not like.
I really think that
it's hard to like have a bunch of different ones, but
Miami's the only team in any pro sport that uses teal and orange, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's got to be. I can't think of anybody else.
The Tropics.
The Flint Tropics. Yeah. Shout out Jackie Moon. The New England Patriots.
I'll go with an A. I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's okay. I'm gonna go with I'll go with a B here as well. It's probably just because I hate the Patriots. It's fine. It's better than their one in like the mid 90s, but like the old school one where like I think it's called Patriot Pete, where he's like standing over a football that they wear in like the old school throwback uniforms. That was elite. But this one's pretty smooth. It just hasn't changed much in the last, I think, almost 25 years.
You just know the logo because they were in like 10 Super Bowls the last 20 years.
Buffalo Bills.
You know, that's an S.
Yep, I'm with you. That's an S.
I know I'm going some high grades here at the start, but man, I mean, that is so cool.
I'm with you. I think it's one of the best ones in football. It's a good color scheme. It's just solid. It's really, really good.
I think that
can't go wrong.
To start it off, AFC is way better than the NFC.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. The last one in the division, the New York Jets.
Oh yeah, that's a D. That's a D for me.
That might even be an F. Go back. You got to do something better with the airplane.
Jet, and you just use the.
This ain't it.
Jet.
And then it's got it does have like a little jet on top, but it's not big enough for me to make a difference.
I do like the color scheme.
Yeah, I like it now. I think like back when it was like dark green, I wasn't crazy about it. I like what they do now, but holy cow, is that logo boring.
Oh, yuck.
We'll move to the AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens.
A? I'm going to go with A.
Yep, that's where I went to. It's close to an S. I think it's the best color scheme in football.
Oh,
black and purple with gold.
They don't really need the B in it, though.
I don't disagree with you on that. It's a cool B, though.
Just the Raven.
Yeah, I think that I never really thought of it like that, but I think you're right.
Maybe
I'm a big fan of the Ravens. You're onto something here. Cleveland Browns.
That's a C.
That's an F. It's their football helmet.
I know, but I still think that's kind of cool because it's the only really team that does that.
It's also stupid. It's named after the original owner, and I hate Cleveland so much, and I hate the Browns. It's the worst name in football.
I think it's a decent color scheme for jerseys.
I don't disagree, but they got to lean into the bulldog more. They use like the bulldog as their alternate one. They got to do something. It's just the color.
C's not good, but I do think being the only team with an actual NFL helmet is kind of cool.
I hate it. I hate their helmets. I hate their.
For me from being a D.
Oh, I think that's the worst one in football. Like, you have to have an actual logo and not just your helmet.
No, I think I know it sounds crazy. For me, the Cowboys is the worst. It's just a star.
I'm pretty sure we rated that pretty high.
Did we?
Yeah, because it's classic.
Well, the classic of it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just recency bias.
All right, this is one we're probably going to.
If they could do so much more cool things with the Cowboy.
I completely agree with you there. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to go with a B.
This is a D. I don't like it.
I think
I don't understand the 3 stars.
It doesn't need the Steelers inside of it. I don't like how it says the Steelers in the logo.
I just don't get what the red and the blue stars have anything to do with anything.
Yeah, because that's really not the color scheme.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. It'd be like the Bears having like a pink circle on the inside of there. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they would never do
whatever. The Bengals.
A C.
You don't like this one?
I do not like it. I don't get it.
I love everything about the Bengals.
That you could use the
good
actual
color scheme. Yeah, their secondary one with like the jumping cat is pretty cool. But cool. Even this B, B with the stripes from the helmet, that's at least a B plus to me.
No.
Moving to the AFC South, the Tennessee Titans. I feel like some people love this one and some people hate this. What do you think?
I'm going to go with an A. I think it's very cool.
I'm with you. I like this one a lot. Now, I don't exactly understand what the little stars are that are around the T, but it's a great T. It's on fire. I'm a big fan of this.
It doesn't look like any other logo.
Yes, absolutely. The Houston Texans.
B.
That's fair. This one has grown on me a lot. I used to hate this one, and the more that when the Texans are good, it's very unique. It's got the cow skull, the longhorn skull, and then it looks like the flag of Texas. It's a B for me, but I used to hate this one for some reason.
It's almost like something they could do so much more with.
And they haven't changed really anything about it since they became a team in 2001.
Which, actually, I like.
Yeah. It's to the point now where
some of them change so often.
Jacksonville, which we'll get to in a second. Jacksonville feels like they change theirs all the time.
Yeah.
The Indianapolis Colts.
I'm torn. I'm really torn because it's actually a cool logo.
I think it's kind of boring.
It's boring, but I mean, it's original. I'm going to go with a
except
B.
for. That's fair. I'm going to go with a C. I don't disagree with you in the sense that like it is classical, but also it's classical to me, and like they're not even from Indianapolis; they're from Baltimore. Like kind of stolen valor. That's stolen valor. Jim Irsay's family.
That's a lot of teams that do that.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't know. I don't know where to go with this because I think it's an A because it looks very cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
it feels like it changes all the time. I'm with you. I like the teal, black, and gold. I think that's a great color scheme. There's really no one like kind of like the Dolphins that we talked about. There's not a whole lot that has that.
You can not know who that is, what that team's mascot is, and you see that you know exactly what it is.
I agree. Let's move to the AFC West. The Denver Broncos haven't changed theirs since like 97, I want to say.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to stay with what I keep saying. I think that's an A.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B. I'm not as crazy, but it is a solid logo.
Yeah, it's what if I'm gonna go off of what I've been saying, it's what I like.
Yep, I'm with
That's a
you.
Bronco.
That's fair. The Los Angeles Chargers.
That's an S. I think that is so cool.
I'm borderline S and A.
I think that's a cool logo. Great color
I'll
scheme.
go with you.
And it's just that bolt.
Yep. I'll join you, man. I'll go S too. It's right there on the border.
When you see that, that's Chargers.
100%. And I
really
like
it is it's Los Angeles. I think leaving San Diego was the worst decision they made.
I would think that their financial team would very much disagree with you.
That, but they left San Diego to go to LA to be with another team.
Yeah, and they're still making billions of dollars.
I know, but
they're making way more money than they would have in San Diego.
They're making billions in San Diego too.
Yeah, but they couldn't get a new stadium. That's why they left.
They could have made something happen in the area. I just think that
I don't disagree with you.
Los Angeles, I think the Rams. I know going from St. Louis to Los Angeles made them a lot of money. Still think they should have stayed in St. Louis.
I agree, but it is crazy that for like 20 years there was no professional football team in Los Angeles.
Yeah, now
it's the third or second biggest city, and there should be two in LA. There should be two. There should
anywhere. I think it's
crazy.
I
disagree there.
That Chicago has two baseball teams.
I think Chicago should have two football teams.
I do not.
I do. They're massive cities. New York, Chicago, and LA should have two teams.
No. But
the Las Vegas Raiders.
I like it.
I don't.
I like it a lot. I'm going to go with an A because I just had to say A, but I don't like how they're in Las Vegas. I just wish they were still in Oakland. That's an Oakland Raiders logo.
This is one though, like we talk a lot about like teams changing their logo too much. I almost wish the Raiders would update theirs a little bit. It just screams 1970 to me.
That's old school Raiders.
But it's boring. Like,
boring. Their color scheme's boring. I mean,
yeah,
that's how it works.
That is very true. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. The Kansas City Chiefs with the Arrowhead.
C.
See, I think this is a B. I like the Arrowhead, but there's maybe the KC could be a little bit. You always just look at the KC inside. I think the Arrowhead's a really cool thing.
Actually, a B. I think it's cool looking, but I don't know. I think they could also do more with it.
I completely agree there. Yeah, I do think I'm starting to agree with you that the AFC is much better than the NFC. Let's do our AFC breakdown. Who are you buying, selling on? Who you believe in? Who you don't believe in? Who we think are going to win these divisions? Let's go back to the AFC East. I'll be very honest. Outside of the Bills, I think this division stinks.
Yeah,
and it has for a long time.
The Bills, they also. I mean, I don't know. You never know with the Bills. I think they're good. But I just don't know.
Are they good enough to win a Super Bowl? I don't think.
No, and I don't know. I mean, they're just lucky they're in a division that's not great, but I think the Patriots are going to be better than they were. And the Dolphins, they could always be decent. I mean, I know they made a lot of trades to not be good. But I really do think that they needed to win this year, the division again, because they're not going to have – I mean, Josh Allen, he's got a long time left there, but football is so hard, and they're in a division was usually dominated by one team. They're kind of doing the same thing where they're a really good team. But they have to do something this year. I mean,
I will say it like this. If I had a ton of stock in the Bills, I would be selling it. I don't know if they can just continue this run of getting the AFC championships forever.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, Josh Allen is good, but this can't last forever. And I'll be honest, I would be buying stock on the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be –
I think they're going to be pretty good. I hate to say this. I'm not a Patriots –
I'm a Mike Vrabel fan, though.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel, I mean, that's huge. I mean, you had your chances the last few years. You've won the division pretty easily. They won last year by 5 games.
Yikes!
I don't think it's going to be as easy this year.
I completely agree.
You're not going to have 5-12 Jets and 4-13 Patriots. You're not going to be the only team over 500, I think, this year in the division.
Yep. I think so too. Moving to the AFC North, obviously the Ravens there, but I mean, I think that 2 other teams in this division, it's kind of the same thing as the Bills. If I owned a ton of stock in the Ravens, I'd probably be selling it just because I think that Cincinnati is not going to be as bad as they were last year. And I hate to say it, but if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I think that Pittsburgh team can be all right.
You say as bad as last year, 9-8, and they started off horribly. They won
Lamar
the last
get hurt a little bit?
They won the last 5 games.
That's right.
They were 5-0 in the last 5, and they didn't really lose any players. So I think that there's 3 teams possibly who could win this division. You got Joe Burrow, you got Lamar Jackson, and you got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And then you also have Joe Flacco. I mean, that's a very good quarterback division.
Yep, I agree. And I think that Cleveland, I think there's a lot of dysfunction there, but I definitely don't think they're going to be good enough to compete. But like you said, Joe Flacco in there, if he's still the same Joe Flacco he has been, I mean, there's not going to be a ton of off weeks, but I also can see a world where Cleveland's the worst team in football.
They're also starting the season with 4 quarterbacks, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think I would probably, just because I don't know if Cincinnati can be as bad as they were last year, I think I would probably buy stock on Cincinnati if I had to pick a team that wasn't.
I think
the Ravens.
Bengals are going to win the division.
But if I could even take out a little bit in a very short-term investment on the Steelers, like if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I can see a world where they get into the playoffs as a wild card.
But you've seen him over. I mean, last year he played well, but I mean, you still got to have good players around him. It's not like the old Aaron Rodgers that can just go out there and win a game for you.
Yep. You got to have the pieces there. I think it's going to be a really, really solid division, as it usually is. AFC South, obviously the Texans have been really good the last couple of years. Tennessee pretty much starting over. I would buy long-term stock. I think Cam Ward's going to be really, really good. I think Indianapolis is going to be terrible. Jacksonville,
I don't know what the Colts are doing this year with Daniel
The Colts
Jones.
don't know what they're doing.
And it's also another one with the Texans. They really need to capitalize on this division not being very good.
Yeah,
and because I think
they're in a good
Jaguars
spot.
could also be I like Trevor Lawrence as a quarterback. I think he's a top half of the quarterbacks in the league. He's not great.
I agree. I just worry about them with a first-year head coach.
Yeah, maybe that'll help. Maybe that.
You're right.
But I think that Jacksonville will be better than they were last year, and I think in a few years, I mean, not like you said, long term, I think the Titans are going to be a good team.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while. I think Cam Ward's going to need a couple years, but I mean, they were obviously the number 1 pick for a reason. They were very bad. But I think CJ Stroud's a really good quarterback. I do think the Texans will win this division pretty easily, but I do see improvements out of Jacksonville and the Colts. I can't figure out to save my life.
No, I think the Titans are going to be better this year. The Jacksonville's going to be better, and the Colts, you just have no idea what they're going to do.
Yep, 100%. AFC West, I think, is going to be really fun. Obviously, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. I hate to say it. I say this every year. I would be selling my stock in Chiefs just because I think the rest of the division is finally starting to catch up to them. Obviously, I don't know how much you've heard, Zach. There are people so high on the Denver Broncos, and I don't want to buy into it that, people are saying the Denver Broncos are going to win 12, 13 games. I don't think there's any chance that happens.
They were good they played well last year, but I just don't. In the division they're in, I don't know. I mean, I guess
Pete Carroll's in Vegas, right?
Yeah, he's in Vegas. And then you got Herbert in with the Chargers.
That division. Think of the coaches in that division: Sean Payton, Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, and Andy Reid. What a division of coaches.
But it's the same thing like when the Patriots were good. When is there going to be a fall off of the Chiefs? And you just don't know.
I feel like I've been predicting it for the last 5 years, and it just doesn't happen.
I really think they have a quarterback that can change a game with who's ever out there.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I do think that if I'm having to buy stock, because I think everybody's wanting to buy stock in Denver, I'm buying stock in the Chargers.
Yeah. Can Justin Herbert kind of get to that point of not having more good games than bad games?
Yeah. And can he stay healthy?
Yeah. I think
the Raiders are such a wild card.
I will say this. I think the winner of the AFC will come out of the West.
I think so too. I really do. Because I think it could be any of outside of the Raiders. I think if one of the Broncos, Chargers, or Chiefs get hot and have the season that they're capable of doing, any one of them can win the AFC.
Yeah. I mean, Derrick Henry is good with the Ravens and stuff. I mean, but that's still you're relying on a running back. The Bills are good. Your Josh Allen just doesn't have that many people to throw it to.
I think it's going to be a good year for Keon Coleman. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't disagree with you at all. Let's do our division winners here real quick. AFC East, who you got?
I think it's still the Bills.
I think it's going to be the Bills this year. I think I'll call it right now, 2026-27. The Patriots come back and win the division. AFC North, we said there's 3 teams we think can win it. Who are you going to pick?
Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be very good this year. I think that they might be the second best team. I mean, other than the 3 teams in the West, I think they're still going to be maybe second or third best team in the AFC.
I hate to do it because the guy annoys me, but I think the Steelers are going to win that division. Something just tells me that Aaron Rodgers is going to stay healthy and he's going to somehow figure out just to piss me off for another year.
I don't see him having the weapons he needs.
I think there's possibilities there that are pretty good. They got Jonnu Smith, right? They're the ones that traded for him.
I think so, but still, I mean, I don't know.
One of the best tight ends in the league for a quarterback that loves to throw to tight ends.
I just don't see there being much left in Aaron Rodgers. I think this is definitely.
I feel like I've said that the last 3 years,
and it's been true. He didn't play that good last year.
Yeah, he was the highest fantasy points quarterback, I think, of the season.
Yeah, he played for the Jets.
AFC South, are we both taking the Texans here?
Yes. I don't think there's any way.
And in the West, you gonna do it? You gonna pick against the Chiefs?
I think it's going to be the Chiefs. I don't want them to win the division, but I just don't see anything changing really this year.
Because I've picked against them for the last 5 years. I got to keep it going. I'll go with the Chargers. I think Jim Harbaugh finally figures it out.
A little note, though. I have seen, looking through like the records from last year, the Chiefs and the Bills were 8-0 at home.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Holy
5-4
cow.
on the road and 7-2 on the road. I don't know how that makes sense. Just how does that make sense?
Because they play 17 games.
But how is 1-8? Oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, 8-0 at home. Those two teams.
That's pretty insane.
I did not realize that.
That is wild. I think it's crazy.
Single team in the NFC that was 8-0 at home.
That's interesting. I did not. Even the Eagles.
There was 8-1 were the Eagles. That's the best record at home.
Oh, did they lose to the Commanders at home last year?
I don't know. And then the Vikings were also 8-1. I'm just looking at that.
That's crazy.
Bears
that is insane
on the road.
1-7. Woof. We'll do a little bit more breakdown next week as the season gets closer. We're going to wrap things up. As always, we've got the TCF top 3. And last week we did uppercase cursive letters. This week we are going to go lowercase cursive letters. Zach, do you want to get us started?
I will. I mean,
I'll be honest. Lowercase kind of stinks.
It's Z again, just because I like the Z. I mean,
This
it's the
is
same way
this
as
is biased.
maybe, but it's the most different looking letter from cursive to regular.
The problem here with Z-Zach is when you draw those out, I always think of Billy Madison, the Rizzuto thing, because he couldn't do cursive Z's.
It also looks like a 3 too.
It does kind of look like a 3. I'll be honest, lowercase cursive letters kind of stink compared to the capitals. F is my first round pick. Easy. It kind of looks like it, but it looks like a fancy version of it.
But are you really writing it like that though? I just got thinking about that.
Oh yeah, you had to do the double loop.
I guess.
F for sure, and then I will go with K is my second round pick. There's a lot of swoops there. Looks much better than a regular K.
I like that. I'm gonna go with the R.
Oh, good pick.
I think it looks cool. And then I'm gonna go with the S.
Another good pick.
I'm going with one that's different than the
regular letter.
That's the same.
Yep. I'm stuck between two here for my last pick. I'll go B. B just because it's kind of looks like its original letter, but it's just a little bit different. The other one I was between, Zach, was Y. The Y looks nice.
I like the L.
The L is solid, and I feel like it's not that much harder than a regular L.
No, but it's a little different.
But here's, like you said, the A, C, D, E.
All the same.
M, N, O, P.
And some of them are the only change they make is there's a little swoop in it.
Yep. Those all look the same.
Yeah.
Those all look the same.
That's why
they didn't even try.
Is like that one you've seen, you're like, that's cursive.
Yep. Absolutely. Let us know what your guys' favorite cursive letters are. And that's going to do it for us for episode 265. We'll be back next week with our full NFL preview, maybe picking our divisional or our conference winners and our Super Bowl prediction that we never get right. And we got to start getting ready for our TCF gambling picks. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll be back hopefully next weekend. You guys can check us out on X at @typical_Chicago, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok as well. So give us a like on those pages. Head over to YouTube for all of our content in video form. Subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you check us out there. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF and of course Zach at ZLiliaTCF. As always, guys, we appreciate you checking in. We will be back next week. This was episode 265 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.